Start at 5, but we're not live yet.
We're waiting for Manny to say go.
Okay, are we good to go?
Madam Chair, we're live.
I'd like to call the meeting to order at 5:04 PM on Monday, April 1st, 2024. Roll call, please. Here.
Here.
Please turn your mic on, please. Thank you. You can start over. Thank you.
Cecilia Bernal,
Here.
Jason Barrios,
Here.
Lindsay Castro,
Here.
Maria Davalos,
Here.
Anita Diaz,
Here.
Mario Flores,
Here.
Itzel Herrera,
Here.
Norma Olmos.
I'd like to go ahead and add approval of minutes of March 4th, 2024 to the agenda. And then I will go ahead and move, if somebody would like to move to approve the minutes of March 4th, 2024,
I'll approve the minutes.
I'll move.
Aye.
Need a second?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, so with that, I've added in the approval of minutes of March 4th, 2024 to the agenda. So we do need approval of certificate of postings for today, April 1st, 2024. Can I have a motion?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
At this time, we're going to go ahead and move to public communications. If anybody would like to speak, they have 3 minutes. I see no interest, so we'll go ahead and close public communication and move on to report of officers, commissioners, or committees.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a full agenda this evening. Unfortunately, Sandra Leva, our program coordinator, is ill this evening, so she will not be attending. So with your approval, I would like to move on to the next item. We have our program specialist, Jimmy Wong, who works out of the community center, and he will take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about himself. Jimmy?
Can I go ahead and interrupt? I'm sorry. Listed on the agenda is not the Pledge of Allegiance, so we did forget that. So if we can all stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, Jimmy, the microphone's right there.
Hello, my name is Jimmy. I work at the community center. I am a program specialist. There, I supervise the facilities and ensure all the classes are in progress, as well as I am involved in about 80 to 90% of the special events, whereas set up to break down, facilitating and helping out with all the different departments that we have. And I am here to create new, different, innovative special events for the city of Baldwin Park, and I look forward to working with everyone here.
Jimmy, with that being said, we share a little bit about your education and background and experience, please?
Yes, absolutely. A little bit about my education. I graduated from Cal State LA with an organization and communications degree, as well as some of my experience with working with the parks. I've worked with the city of Monterey Park ever since I was a teenager. I did the ROP program for years, 2 years with Boys and Girls Club, as well as 2 years with the city of Monterey Park. Right now, this would be my 3rd year with the city of Baldwin Park, and I look forward to also come up with new different events that are something different, just like our pilot one that we had, which was Summer Splash, with the idea of Manny Carrillo and the help of my supervisor, Mike Salas. So
Great.
Any questions for Mr. Wong? Okay, Thank you very much. He's been a great addition to the team. His immediate supervisor is Mr. Mike Salas, program supervisor, and Jimmy has been doing a great job. He also handles all of the scheduling of most of the staff at the community center and is also responsible, which is very important to make sure that all of the restrooms 7 days a week are closed up at all of our various sites. So we close up Walnut Creek Nature Park at dusk, and the other restrooms are traditionally closed up at about 9 p.m. at Morgan Park, Barnes Park, Hilda L. Solis Park. So thank you. Okay. With the approval from Madam Chair, we will go on to the next item, which the Walnut Hills recap, and I have Helen, who is the chair, as well as Mike Salas, that will provide some insight of how everything turned out. Helen, you want to start it off?
Sure, I wasn't ready for this one.
Oh, this,
I didn't realize this was on the agenda, but okay. Well, as many of you know, yeah, so we probably don't need it. We had the Walnut Hills. It was a program that's a traveling exhibition. It travels across the United States to about 65 different cities. So the Walnut Hills was here for 1 week. It is a replica of the Vietnam Memorial. I know several of you volunteered with us for a lot of hours, so we appreciate that. Thank you. Hello? It's on. No, it's on. All right. So the Walnut Hills was here for approximately 6 days. It started with an escort from the city of Azusa on Tuesday, and then it arrived in Baldwin Park that afternoon. Erected the first piece of the apex, or the very top of the V wall. And then on Wednesday, we had about 75 volunteers help assemble the entire wall, which took literally probably like 8 to 9 hours to assemble. So it was great. We had our PD out, the Conservation Corps, a group home of gentlemen who are in recovery, and lots of just community volunteers come out and assist in that. And then throughout the weekend, we had volunteers who were at the wall the entire time it was here. So 24 hours a day, we had security and volunteers at the wall to assist people who were visiting, who were just embracing the moments. Had an opening ceremony on Thursday, a very brief closing ceremony on Sunday. Thanks to Baldwin Park Unified School District, we had the high school band members out every night to perform taps. That was really nice. And then just a barrage of people coming from all over the state. Some people traveled from far. A gentleman came from the state of Hawaii because he had the wall in his city. And then when he was on vacation here in California, he decided to come by because we had the wall here. So that was very neat to meet him and talk about our different experiences we had with the wall. And so it's now on its way to Gardena, which it'll be arriving there tomorrow. So kind of excited. I've been talking to the person that's doing it over there, and she's been asking a lot of questions. The Conservation Corps is volunteering for them as well. So we're able to connect and share information and tips and get through this tremendously large program together. So that's going to be really neat. As you know, we're part of California Parks and Recreation. So through that, our network of cities is vast. And when the young lady found out that I was part of CPRS, he called me, was like, hey, so-and-so said they know you and that you would give me all the things I need to know. So we definitely connected, and that was really neat to meet another person in our profession on the road in Gardena. So looking forward to seeing Rodney again and meeting her this week at the event. Questions about it? I know there.
And Helen, Mike could give some insight of 24-hour coverage. He worked, I want to say, from midnight to 6 a.m. So Mike, you'd like to say a few words?
Pretty much in a nutshell, Helen did a great job in giving a narrative on what happened that week. As a matter of fact, they just left Merced. It left yesterday. And so it's heading on over to Gardena. So that wall is traveling literally from 1 week to the next. And we were very honored, as Helen mentioned, we were honored to have it this year. And who knows when we'll have it again, but it is a submarine type thing. Talking about 24 hours, I did work I did work from 6 p.m. Saturday night all the way to 6 a.m. And I will say that I apologize now because I was supposed to be here on Sunday to close down, but I didn't wake up until Helen woke me up and say, "Hey, what are we doing with the generators?" But it was a fun event to go ahead and be there and witness something that we'll probably never ever see again. Who knows? Maybe in a few years from now. But that's all I have to say regarding and those that did go, hopefully and then like Helen said, we did have the taps, which is very touching at sundown. It's a somber sound of turn off the lights and reflect that you're still alive. And hopefully the next day will come for you. Anyways, so that's all I have. Thank you.
Any comments? I'd like to say it was an amazing opportunity and experience, and the joy of hearing the different stories that people had and brought, and you could truly see that it was a wall that healed. I mean, you could see the tears, and just the remembrance of people, and so that part was amazing, and the other part was just everybody coming for the shifts that they signed up for. And if for some reason they weren't able, they communicated, and Helen was able to get staff to cover. But all in all, it was an amazing event. And yeah, just kudos to everybody, especially Helen. Great leader.
And Mike,
Absolutely. It turned out well. It was one of my professional highlights from all of my years in city government. And it was fantastic. Something to definitely be proud of.
and Mike, that ship was rough. I get you. I did it too. Yeah.
Filling the coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Just taking the time go by, and then whoever did come, try to make new friends, meet new friends,
Yeah.
And the midnight cold. Oh my God.
And not only that wind, that unexpected wind, and you guys just, yes. And Mike, you just kept pulling through and coming up with ideas and how to hold up the fence and, but teamwork, I think out of everything was teamwork, everybody just supported one another, and it was truly amazing. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to the State of the City Address update, which is on Thursday, April the 11th. And who's taking the lead on that?
I will take the lead
Okay.
on this one, Madam Chair. Just like to kindly remind all of the commissioners, if you could please be present for the State of the City annual address. It will be at the Performing Arts Center, and that is the facility that we've had it for the last few years. There is a breakfast at 8:30 a.m. The presentation should commence at approximately 9 a.m. With all honesty, we're usually a few minutes late just because everyone is casually making their way into the Performing Arts Center. And once again, breakfast at 8:30, presentation at 9 a.m. The Department of Recreation and Community Services is responsible in terms of coordinating the speech, the teleprompter, and all the festivities associated with the event. We ask all of the department heads to provide highlights of their respective departments, and then we utilize that as a template, and we create an opening for the mayor. Then we have a portion of the speech for Mayor Pro Tem, then the 3 council members by alphabetical order of last name, and the mayor will come back and conclude the event. So we will have 5 speakers. The mayor will open it up for elected city council members, Mayor Pro Tem, and 3 council members. Then the mayor will come back and finish it off with a conclusion. And it is a fantastic event. We have staff in the process of creating a PowerPoint presentation. Each year, we have been adding videos to the presentation. So I think this year might be one of the best presentations that we have been able to put together. Not only are the accomplishments impressive, the presentation, video should be as equally as impressive. And please keep in mind, staff incorporates all these different elements into their everyday job assignments. We do work with our PR firm, and they assist us with the speech. But what we've learned from over the years, the speech writers are only as good as the information we provide. So we continually are reminded we need to document all of the events and all the accomplishments that we accomplished throughout the year, because we need pounds, we need times, we need amount of individuals, participants, and everything else to really take the speech to the next level. So looking forward to seeing everyone on Thursday, April 11th at the Performing Arts Center. If you have any questions, be more than happy to answer them at this point.
So I do have a question. As student commissioners, we obviously have school, and we wanted to know if we're able to attend, would we get a note for school, or is just like on our own?
That's a great question. I would probably coordinate that with your parents and or with your school. I am not a school counselor, although I tend to think it is a reasonable request for you to attend this event. As a student commissioner, you are supposed to report back to your school.
Yes.
True, we do have a YouTube video that you could watch it at a later time and date, but it's pretty neat to be present there. The Performing Arts Center is beautiful, and just the everyone in attendance. It is a very proud and patriotic moment for all attendees.
Anybody else? So the flyer says that we should call and RSVP either to the number or email.
Yes, whichever method you prefer.
All right, we'll go on to the new website presentation.
Okay, I will go ahead and turn it over to Helen Hernandez, Community Services Supervisor, and she will go ahead and give a presentation, and she's going to make her way up to the dais. And as Helen makes her way up here, as I mentioned at the council meeting 6 weeks ago, I'm very proud of all of Helen's efforts as well as her team. It might, from my memory, this might be the first time that we had a recreation leader and program specialist provide a presentation to the city council. So Helen, take it away.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Commission. I'm excited to be able to share this with you all. Some of you might have already utilized our new website, but I'm here just to highlight some of our features. First of all, just to give acknowledgement to our team. This website didn't happen just with myself and my staff. We incorporated, and we're thankful to have the cooperation of all of our departments. Every department head sent staff members to participate in the entire process. So from doing an RFP, getting back like 16 proposals, having to read them and score them, and then go back and award a contract. Just that in itself, reading all those proposals, they were pretty lengthy. Some of them were like over 100 pages.
Wow.
So it was very detailed, and there's a lot of pieces to it. And then once we selected our top 4, I believe we interviewed 4 candidates and were able to ask them a lot of questions and find out what they could do that would highlight Baldwin Park and make us stand out in a website. And ultimately, Civic Plus is the company that won our business. And each of the people that you see, from recreation to human resources, public works, community development, several members of community development, they have a housing department as well as planning. They sent staff members from both sides. And then IT, David, Mark, and Portia were able to participate as well and able to score, help us with the mechanism and the score sheets and things like that. So it took everyone to pull together just to select a vendor. So definitely the entire city, we had input from every department in every which way. The police department has currently been using the software for a couple of years, so they were advocates for Civic Plus, but they also were able to judge the participating companies that we interviewed for the initial proposal phase. So they were able to provide input on all of the interviews. Things I'm gonna go over for you today. I don't know why that's there. We're talking about we'll share with you a little bit about the colors and branding. We'll talk about our issues and how to report an issue with our Baldwin Park Connect. I'll share with you how to utilize our city calendar. Some of our fun features are the Notify Me. We'll go over a couple of the department pages. The website has already launched, so it is live right now, but just to share with you, it is a growing feature. So even when I go to it, like today, I was kind of worried because I was looking at something and then I was assisting a brand new staff member to get him the special events calendar. And I went back and things had all moved. I was like, what's going on here? And then I realized my staff were updating live while I was there. So 1 minute it was on the page I was on, the next minute it was the next event was popping up and Easter was gone. And it was really neat because it's definitely staying up to date. I mean, this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, all these things are happening. So it's pretty cool that we're able to maintain it so quickly and so easily. So that's just definitely a very nice feature that we have. So as you can see, the new website, it definitely has a lot of our consistent colors. Baldwin Park has been traditionally using our navy blue with the gold pop. It's in our staff uniforms, it's on our police vehicles, it's throughout our city. So you notice that the company that helped us design our software was able to incorporate our blue city seal and then give us this nice, beautiful crest with the city's name and our state that pops out, really lovely. Of course, we're partial to the photos with our community center in it. But again, we do have several locations throughout the city. So every time you visit our website and you refresh, the main picture will pop up and change and populate every time you touch. So if you were to go to recreation and then go back to the main page, it could be a picture of the bridge in the day. It could be a picture of the city logo at the 10 freeway and Baldwin Park Boulevard interchange. So that header picture changes often. And then as we come towards holidays or different events, we'll be able to utilize photos that we have from, like, for example, 4th of July will be coming. So in the month of May, we can use patriotic photos. For the month of May, for Memorial Day, we could change our header pictures and we can easily change those out within the matter of like 2 minutes. So it's really great and really easy software to use for all the departments to handle their own individual pages. Moving on, something that we're able to help with a lot is reporting our issues. So sometimes things happen when you're driving along our streets and let's say you hit a pothole with all the rain we just had, you want to be able to share that information. The way that we're able to get that to Public Works quickly is through Baldwin Park Connect. Baldwin Park Connect is actually software we already have. So you can actually be driving down Ramona Boulevard. Let's say you hit a pothole and you come to a red light, you can snap a picture. And then when you get to your destination, you can stop, go to our website really quickly and just drop in your page, your location where you hit the pothole at and share with Public Works that I hit a pothole on the corner of Main and Ramona Boulevard. And then a photo if you have one, if not, just the location and it'll GPS location and send that to our pothole team at Public Works and they'll schedule that for maintenance. The same would apply for if you saw graffiti or if you saw maybe, if you saw graffiti on a building, you could also snap a picture and send that in. Let's say someone graffiti like a bus stop or something like that. Or you saw a water main broken, like sometimes water comes out of the street or things like that, or a fire hydrant. You can also report those types of incidents as well with a picture and a GPS location. So that's really cool because I didn't know that we were going to have maps, real-time maps. So that was very nice to be able to get that going. And it took a little bit of work, but actually because we were learning so much about the website, I learned a little bit of code and how to drop something in like that. So that was really neat. Next up is our city calendar, which you guys will probably all use often. Our city calendar is probably going to be the most like effective tool for everyone. So our city calendar will have, for example, already has our State of the City on there. It has our 4th of July, all of our meetings, including our commission meetings. So whether it's Recreation Commission meeting or the Planning Commission meetings, those meetings are all up to date and they're all scheduled in our calendar. So people can go to them, access the agenda, as well as finding out the days and the times it'll come up. And because we have some really fancy software, they can use Notify Me. So if I want to subscribe as a person, I do subscribe. So I can actually get a text message on my cell phone if I hit Notify Me. Whenever there's a change to the website, so let's say it's a change in the agenda, like the new agenda is posted this week for Wednesday, it gets posted on Thursday evenings. Or if there's job postings, or if there's something changed in our calendar, I can subscribe if I choose to, and put in my cell phone number and have the website text me. So if I want to just know about jobs, I can insert my cell phone number and we'll get a little message, reply yes to confirm you're receiving Baldwin Park alerts. And then if you ever decide you want to stop them, you just text back stop, and the software will stop sending you text messages. And it could be jobs, it could be for jobs as well as bids. So if some of our contractors want to find out when bids get posted to our site. And then also when the new agendas are available, the agenda gets posted on our Granicus software, and that'll send you an alert as well. So you can sign up for an alert for just Recreation Commission, or you can sign up for an alert for like planning, housing, city council, special meetings, things like that. And it's all tailored to what you choose to allow for your text messages to you. So at first we were kind of figuring this out a little bit, but now we're very familiar. And so it's kind of neat when I got a message this morning, like to remind myself that I had a commission meeting, but it was the calendar texting me to let me know. That's kind of neat. Department pages. All of our departments have really neat department pages. Our city council page has a page for each member. They do have one in general with that'll also take them to their biographies, as well as your minutes, or if you're looking for any information on past agendas that might have taken place, or meetings that you want to look up. If you want to look up when Christmas programs were approved or something like that, you can actually it's not called a Google search. It's called just a general search. So you can actually search our files in the archives and look up any topics you're looking for, any information. Sometimes our government classes from the high schools have them research a specific topic, whether it's the bike lanes on Main Street or any of that kind of stuff. You can actually find it right there on our website now. So just as a reminder, Baldwin Park has a brand new webpage. We're going to be rolling this out. It's already, if you pass by our SUFA signs, which are next to bus stops, it's already on there. It's on our marquees. We've put it in our now. Our business association, if you subscribe to those emails, we've been advertising there as well. Still to come, we are going to be rolling out some of our goodies and giveaways. So when you receive trinkets or things at the concerts in the park this summer, you'll see our Connect with Baldwin Park on there. You'll see our website, just asking people to give us another look and take a look at what we offer for them and be able to find things quickly. Sometimes people look for like the dates of summer concerts, so they want to know whether they're at the park or they're at the street yet. So they'll be able to find that really quickly. Our calendar will pop up on the left-hand side, and you'll be able to see right away, like this week will be live, the band 1-2-3 will be performing on Thursday at 6 p.m. or they'll be on the street at 5 p.m. and things like that. So we're super excited about our website. Every single day it's growing and literally changing from the next 5 minutes to now. It'll be different again. I'm sure my staff are, it's kind of also a lot of fun, and like sometimes you just get lost in it and just go down a trail like TikTok, but it's our website. Let me change this, let me update that and move this. And so it's really neat to be able to do that. So any questions?
Helen, on the Baldwin Park Now point or bullet, you can actually see the latest one?
Yes, our Baldwin Park Now, right now we are gonna have another one that comes out this month in April. We'll have one at the end of this month, the new one, but the current one, because we do it bi-monthly, so it's for
Right.
2 months at a time, is up already. And then the new one will be posted as soon as it's available. Perfect. Things that are to come, we're still working on items. I don't know how to move that picture, but we have our police department refresh. Our police department, like I said, has been utilizing this software for a couple of years. So they're going to be getting a refresh. I'm going to start that project soon with them in the next month or so. Just trying to catch up on some things, and then we'll be moving forward with that. Our Rec Track program will be also getting an overhaul. So registration and everything will be going online. You could pay with your credit card for your rentals. You'll be able to pay for swimming lessons. Everything will completely be online. So that's going to be a wonderful help to our residents as well as those who are traveling or renting our facilities. So definitely going to help with speed up payment processes. And then again, like we said, we are going to be doing outreach for our website and then letting people know that we're just here and we got a new fresh face on our website. Any questions?
Of course, I have a few. Okay, as far as the Baldwin Park Connect, how are we getting that word out to everybody that they could, you know, put up a map or the potholes or whatever? How are we getting that word out?
Right now, we are using our Baldwin Park Now and then our social media to get that out so they can utilize that. But what we can do, and I just thought about is we could do a specific Baldwin Park Connect report and issue through our social media as well, because a lot of people do follow us on social media. The other thing would be to make sure that we do something with either our lawn signs program or even our bus shelters. But I'll definitely check with Public Works about that, how we can get that word out more.
Yeah, I like both of those ideas because I know out in the streets and listening to people, that's one of the things that they're like, if, you know, why hasn't that pothole been fixed? Or they'll come to the council meetings and if we can get the word out to them, then, you know, maybe they can just address it right away.
Absolutely.
The other thing was, you talked about the different departments making changes to their, I guess, page. Does it have to be approved by yourself or your committee or something before those changes get made and uploaded?
No, each director has the authority to approve. For example, Manny could tell Denise, can you please upload this or change these items on our calendar? And the directors will have their designated person in each department to go ahead and make those upload changes. So in our department specifically, it's myself, John Carrillo and Jessica, who are our social media's team and graphic designer. I know in community development, they have one person in housing and then one person in planning. So every department's designating their own person. And then finance has actually asked us to help them with their updates. So for the most part, every department's doing it themselves and it's between them and their supervisors and directors, but they all have availability or author authority to be able to make changes to their individual pages.
Perfect. So if people question a specific department, we have them go to that department head.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, and one last one on the Rec Track.
Mhm.
You said it's now going to be offered online. Will
That's coming soon. That's part of
or-
our next phases. So
or coming soon?
Yes.
Is it gonna change completely to online or can they still go in and pay cash?
they'll still be able to go in and pay cash, but right now we're not able to offer credit cards online. You have to only do our what is it?
Our check.
E-check pay or pay in person cash and credit card. So we want to be able to offer credit card online because people want the comfort of just logging on, filling it out
Right.
and paying it. Sometimes it's the inconvenience of like, I have to leave work to get there. We are open to 8 p.m. at night, but still some people have different work
Right.
schedules. So they would like to be able to pay online. So we're going to go through some training, myself, Denise and April to do the backside of it and learn how to make sure all that's correct and what we need to do for the Rec Track to, it's going to get an update as well and look a little bit different and the modules will change a little bit. And then once all that is complete, then we will go ahead and launch it out to the Recreation Nation that we can pay with credit cards online for classes as well as our rental program. So our biggest thing is our rental program. So our goal right now is July 1.
Awesome.
So we do have a little bit more training to do, but it's steps
So-
at a time, one step at a time.
So we can like pay for memberships online when that's up and everything.
Eventually, that's exactly what we're gonna be able to do. And you could sign up and register. The one thing that will need to take place if you choose to participate in our recreation scholarship programs, they will still be a pay up front and reimbursable program. Because we will need to make sure that everyone that uses that is a Baldwin Park resident and that they're here in the city legitimately and that we're able to prove residency so we can reimburse them. And then for some of our programs, there is a attendance requirement. So we do verify that before we reimburse anyone. So it depends on each program. Yes.
Yes, I was wondering about the Baldwin Park Transit. I know there's a tab where you can click and it'll give you the schedule for the Pumpkin, the Teal Line, and also for the Express. I've noticed that there is no map of those routes for the
So
pump.
the cool thing is right now, David Lopez, we were just talking about it, so we're geeking out over GIS stuff. So we're gonna get a new map that's gonna have actually like little trolleys going around the city and you'll be able to see in real time where it's at. If
Oh,
it's running late
nice.
to your location and everything, that portion's not live yet. They still need to work on the back end on some of that. So like I said, this is a living, breathing document. We've done a couple of test runs, so they're doing some of their coding magic to it right now, but it's gonna be super cool when it launches. It is coming. So we are aware that we have a deficit in that portion, but we're definitely working on it. And so we're super excited. Like, I know once that little trolley map comes out, I'm gonna definitely will be sending that to everyone. We'll be able to use the Notify Me. So if you're registered and signed up online to receive news flashes, we can send you a news flash so you can follow our little trolleys on the GPS on our website.
That would be very helpful. Our people have asked, and sometimes I utilize it myself because when the drivers, people ask the drivers, they say, oh, well, you gotta get the app, remove it, or you gotta move it is hard because you really have to sign up. You have to sign up and all this and that, go through all that lengthy creating an account. And it's somewhat tenuous, but yes, it'd be very helpful if it'd be on the Baldwin Park website.
You can use it as a guest without creating a login. It just doesn't send you notifications. So if you want to continue as a guest, you can continue as a guest. But again, it won't customize you to what you like to see. So for example, let's say you only want to see the recreation calendar, not the main calendar. If you only want to receive updates on certain things, that's all customized to your user ID. So it's customizable if you choose to log in. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can still utilize the full website without creating one, but it just doesn't let you send you the notifications or the news flashes or certain things that the website's capable of doing. Any other
I
questions?
did have a question. Do we have any plans of adding anything from the district onto the website?
There is a link in our quick links. If we go down a little bit. Oh. As a resident, if you need information, you can come here. Let's say you want to find the animal shelter, Edison, hold on, school district. You can come to our school district. So we actually take you directly, it tells you that you're leaving our site and takes you to Baldwin Park Unified School District. And then you're able to access their calendars, their bell schedule. If people need to find out where to go for that. So we do have our resident quick links. So if you find a lost dog, if you need to find a bell schedule, a calendar, if they need to know that they're on spring break right now. So it's
Okay,
that's
thank
easily
you.
accessible. No problem. And then as things are done, when we have anything that's, I guess, like a project where we work in collaboration, we were able to like put links for that as well. So, we just hosted our, canvases, etc. The opening reception, we had, Baldwin Park High School Orchestra perform, as well as their jazz ensemble and a few other, programs, their arts program. Our ceramics are highlighted and their digital and photography and hand stenciling art are available. So the exhibition of Baldwin Park High School art students is now ongoing in the ARC until April 27th, I believe.
Nice. Very nice.
As you can see, we went back and our photo changed on us.
Right, yeah.
Every time you go back, it'll be a new
Beautiful.
photo. So right now we have highlighted our State of the City, which is our next event, collaboration with Kaiser because they have an upcoming educational session that's free to all community residents that are non-members. It doesn't matter. And then we have an engagement meeting coming up. And then there you see our canvases, et cetera. So a lot of things coming up this month of April. And then obviously to the right, you can see your commission meetings happening right now today. And then you have housing later in the week and a city council on Wednesday. So lots of stuff going on in Baldwin Park.
Yes, love it. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Helen.
No
We
problem. My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Yes, if they would like to submit, just like we do on our marquees, a lot of Little Leagues do offer and send us in their graphics so we can help them promote registrations, or if they have like a special event or like a home run derby or something, we can definitely help with
Perfect.
that. We do that for other groups as well.
Got it. Thank you, Mike.
I literally.
That's right.
Any other questions? All right, if you do have any questions, feel free to email me. If you go to our page on the recreation site, all of our staff members are on there. You could find our emails really quickly and click on our names. It's hot and it'll take you right to our email addresses. You can send us an email or request or any need for information. You can email us as well.
Thank you, Helen. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to commissioner requests and communications. We'll just kind of start over here. If you have anything, go ahead.
No, just quickly, I mentioned that the Wall the Hills was very inspirational. It was very a moving experience to assist and engage with the visitors from the local and from out of city, sometimes even out of state visitors also that stop by. And to assist and to be just helping and with dealing with the elements. It was very windy. It was raining. It was on that Saturday afternoon. It was just rain. Everybody disappeared and all of a sudden they just returned back.
Yeah.
They just sat in the cars and just came
Mhm.
back. But other than all, it went well and it was very educational, very inspirational. I hope we have more events similar like that or similar here in Ballin Park to look forward
Yes.
to.
As far as new items, the company I work for, Foothill Family, we are currently hiring for child specialists that are going to be actually working with Baldwin Park Unified School District. It is a part-time position. I do have more information, but we are looking for them. The basic requirements is a BA and 2 years of driving. It is mainly, so the main office is in Covina, but it would be a main field position.
Thank you.
Well, I don't have any requests, but just basically echoing about the Wall That Heals, that it was a wonderful experience, meeting the family members, the veterans, and knowing how important it is to remember their loved ones, and being part of this amazing event. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go around the end.
I volunteered at the Wall That Heals and I think it was very emotional and I think it was a great experience and I'm glad that it came to Baldwin Park.
Yes.
So I just wanted to have an update on the Susan Rubio Solo Park, whatever that park is called.
Socolo.
Oh, Socolo. Do you guys have any dates or anything?
Provide some information. I don't have any specific dates, but I tend to think we should have the opening sometime this summer. It's April 1st. So I tend to think it's merely a estimation, but I would assume by July it should be operational. But definitely by this summer, it is definitely coming to the tail end. They're fine tuning the project as we speak. If you take a peek, the public art, which is over the main theater or the platform, is erected, as well as the commercial space has been erected as well. So it is really taking shape and it is going to be something special for the community. Thank you.
Thank
But
you.
we will definitely share the opening with all of our commissioners as well as the community, much like our State of the City flyer. We will make sure we inform the community as best as possible via all of our social media platforms, the Baldwin Park Now, and any other avenue there we have access to. Something that we didn't mention tonight, we have access to the marquee at Baldwin Park Boulevard, corner of Baldwin Park Boulevard and Ramona Boulevard. High traffic area, high traffic count. So if by chance you're at Starbucks or or driving by that location, we have numerous items on the marquee, as well as all the Little League openings and registration and everything else. Thank you.
So actually, I am part of the dual language program at my school. So we wanted to know, we are working on advocacy projects and we wanted to know if we can just do plan some type of events as to like get our advocacy projects out to the community and just inform them more on like big topics that we have here, like education, homelessness, just to give just information back and to just reflect our research on the community, if that would be possible. I know my classmates do want to be able to give back to our community and just work, if we can, with educating other high schools, what we're doing as well.
Absolutely. I could definitely connect you with the appropriate staff member. Although before we get to that point, would probably want to sit down and talk to you and find out some of your goals and objectives, and then how we can deliver it back to the community. And if it's going to be a school district project, then we would probably want to incorporate your school counselor or advisor into the process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have one, as we were doing the Wall That Heals, there was some different conversations regarding the upgrade of the restrooms at Morgan Park.
Yes.
So if you, and I did let them know that there were already some renderings and other stuff like that. I didn't have dates or anything like that to give, but if you could give us just somewhat of an update.
Yes, you're reading my mind. We were going to add that to the agenda for the next commission meeting, but I can give you a very quick summary. We did take the conceptuals to council for approval. So those have been approved by the city council. The architectural firm has submitted what they call PS and the plans, specifications, and estimate for the project, which is more like a blueprint for the project. And we are expanding the restrooms. We are not expanding the footprint of the building, but we are moving some walls. We have, for those of you that have not maybe looked at every door, we have a storage room in the backside of the restroom. So we are going to be moving that wall and just we're going to utilize every square foot of that facility. And when it's all said and done, it should be a significant improvement to the restrooms. Restrooms are probably the same restrooms, and Mike might remember when you opened up Morgan Park back in probably 1992, probably before my time. But from what I understand, it was an award-winning project back in the early 90s. So kudos to all the staff members that handled that project. But now it's time. It's 32 years later, and we need to upgrade. And we've definitely addressed all of the particulars. Staff, we've visited probably over a dozen restrooms all over Southern California, and even the best parks in Southern California, their restrooms do not look very attractive for whatever reason. So I'm very proud to say when our project is completed, our restrooms will be very, very nice. Then we'll cross another bridge. We will have to make sure that we maintain them, and Helen will probably assist with this. We will probably need buy-in from the community in terms of we need to take care of our own property. So if you see something, you need to say something. So we'll have to create some sort of campaign because it is going to be beautiful. We've looked at best practices, and we've incorporated all of the surfaces that are very hard to etch and very hard to deface. So we think we have dotted our I's and crossed our T's with the assistance of a professional architectural firm. So next commission meeting, I'll be very excited to share with you the renderings of the restrooms. Thank you.
So one of the topics that came up in one of the conversations was that not all the stalls had a door, especially in the men's, and the women's did, and I let them know. The women's all have a door. Will this new one have doors even in the men's stalls?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. All of the restrooms, meaning the toilets, will have a door. the urinals for the men will not have a door. So it'll be consistent when you go to a restaurant, you
Right.
go to the mall or amusement parks. Like I said before, I've been to close to 20 different parks in Southern California. And I was very surprised to see that most of them, not all, most of them, their restrooms were very worn out. So we we have selected the surfaces and the doors, the door hangers, the partitions that are very difficult to deface.
Awesome.
And especially the restrooms in the back of Teen Center, the little park right there.
Yes.
No doors, no nothing.
Okay, we will definitely take a look at that. We have had challenges with our restrooms. But we will definitely send staff out and take a look at those. Some of the restrooms that were designed some years ago had doors. And then they, for some reason, they disappeared or they hung on them or they tinkered with them one too many times and staff ran out of surfaces or to stick the screws into the surface. But we will definitely take a look at those restrooms. So are you referring to the restrooms at the skate park or at the park? The park. Okay, very good. I tend to think those restrooms are very similar to Morgan Park restrooms. And they used to have doors. I'm just not, I'll have to go take a look at it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was just wondering, will these restrooms or the ladies' restroom, the women's restroom would have a family room or where they can have for family or for wheelchair access to be able
Yeah.
to? Okay.
Great question. Rest assured, all of our restrooms are ADA compliant. ADA stands for American Disability Act. We will not have a family restroom, but we will have a restroom with easy access, which is a private restroom. So give you an example. If I walked in with my daughters, I could go into the men's restroom. I'm not going to see anything because the door is 3 or 4 steps into the restroom. Then I go into the private stall, which is the ADA compliant restroom. And I could go ahead and have my kids go to the restroom and so on. Same thing if mom takes her son, most likely mom will enter the female restroom with her son and maybe a daughter. So we are not having family restrooms. That was a discussion for staff, but in terms of keeping the same footprint, we thought these type of restrooms, which were basically private ADA stalls with a changing station, the little mechanism that comes off the wall. So if you have a newborn, you want to change their diaper, you could go ahead and easily do that as well. So we think, at least at the staff level, we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's in terms of thinking of all of the particulars. We also had several public engagement meetings. We had the renderings at the street market last year and the concerts, and we received votes from the community of what they specifically wanted to see in the layout and so on. And some of the items were great. They want a touchless experience. So the faucet, you do not need to touch. The soap, you do not need to touch. The blow dryer, you just stick your hands right there, and so basically you have a touchless experience. Obviously, with tissue paper, you will need to touch the tissue paper, but generally speaking, it should be a enhanced experience from what we currently have.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, does somebody want to go ahead and move to adjourn?
I will. I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 5:58 PM. Thank you.